So when my professor asks a question and my answer is tainted with the connotation of urbanized suggestion, there's no misdirected intention. Pay attention, because I'm articulate. So when my father asks, what kind of thing is this? My articulate answer never goes amiss. I say, Father, this is the impending problem at hand, and when I'm on the block, I switch it up just because I can. So when my boy says, what's good with you, son? I said, I just fall out with them people, but I done. And sometimes in class, I might pause the intellectual sound and flow to ask, yo, why these books never be about my peoples? Yes, I have decided to treat all three of my languages as equals because I'm articulate. But who controls articulation? Because the English language is a multifaceted oration subject to indefinite transformation. Now you may think that it is ignorant to speak broken English, but I'm here to tell you that even articulate Americans sound foolish to the British. So when my professor comes on the block and says hello, I stop him and say, no, you're being inarticulate. The proper way is to say what's good. Now, you may think that's too hood, that's not cool, but I'm here to tell you that even our language has rules. So when mommy mocks me and says, y'all be mad going to the store, I say, mommy, that sentence is not following the law. Never does the word mad go before a present participle. That's simply the principle of this English. If I had the vocal capacity, I would sing this from every mountaintop, every suburbia, and every hood. Because the only God of language is the one recorded in the genesis of this world, saying it is good, so I may not always come before you with excellency of speech, but do not judge me by my language and assume that I'm too ignorant to teach, because I speak 3 tongues, one for each: home, school, and friends. I'm a trilingual orator. Sometimes I'm consistent with my language now, then switch it up so I don't bore later. Sometimes I fight back 2 tongues while I use the other one in the classroom, and when I mistakenly mix them up, it feels crazy like I'm cooking in the bathroom. I know that I had to borrow your language because mine was stolen. But you can't expect me to speak your history wholly while mine is broken. These words are spoken by someone who is simply fed up with the Eurocentric ideals of this season. And the reason I speak a composite version of your language is because mine was raped away along with my history. I speak broken English so the profuse and gashes can remind us that our current state is not a mystery. I'm so tired of the negative images that are driving our people mad. So unless you've seen it rob a bank, stop calling my hair bad. I'm so sick of this nonsensical racial disparity. So don't call it good unless your hair is known for donating to charity as much as has been raped away from my people. How can you expect me to treat their imprint on your language as anything less than equal? Let there be no confusion. Let there be no hesitation. This is not a promotion of ignorance. This is a linguistic celebration. That's why I put trilingual on my last job application. I can help to diversify your consumer market is all I wanted them to know. And when they call me for the interview, I'll be more than happy to show that I can say what's good, what's agwan, and of course, hello. Because I'm articulate. Slow it down a little bit. Good morning, literacy. I gotta feed me. School teachers said I can't learn, they gotta feed me. Yup. Good morning, literacy. I gotta read me. School teachers said I can't learn, they gotta feed me. Yup. This morning, my tongue spoke to me. She said she was tired of warring with, but never scoring with Shakespeare. She said she could hear the drums of double consciousness beating through my conflicted lips. Damn, said the master to the student slave, while digging the grave he would bury their words in. And I gotta give in, because my sins are too black to cross the border, while the souls of trap folk are never the yoke, only adhering to the whites. Apparently, this keeps your mind right, your consciousness tight, your brain in schizophrenic flight, and your sentences trite. Work, 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 Work. And then work again. So the corporate sponsors can be your friend and you can spend your knowledge on power that devours the community you never wanted to belong to anyway, since they say it is dead. Spread your urban wings wide, but don't let language gods ride you into extinction under the distinction of affirmative action. Control reactions reminiscent of slave rebellions and rebel only when lonely is your company. Hide yourself and deny yourself so you can get some of that 1% wealth. Good morning, literacy. I gotta feed me. School teacher said I can't learn, they gotta feed me. Yup. Good morning, literacy. I gotta feed me. School teacher said I can't learn, they gotta feed me. Yup. We wanna go to school, they said. But we like when you're a fool, he said. We want to wear chains around our necks, they said. Just make sure it's tight and I can inspect, he said. And we can live in cramped corners, they said. Just make sure you revamp products on corners, he said. Give us old textbooks, they said. We will teach you how to be crooks, he said. We can meet our friends in prisons, they said. Be sure to let us make all the decisions, he said. Pay us minimum wages, they said. Please direct us to your cages, he said. This is how we live, they said. Gentrification is paying your bids, he said. We want to have kids, they said. More chattel, more dibs, he said. We want to talk how we talk, they said. But walk how I walk, he said. Okay, it's a new deal, they said. I promise I won't steal you and you and you and you, he said. No lights, no cameras, no ships, no whips, just words, dead and alive. Good morning, literacy. I gotta feed me. School teacher said I can't learn, they gotta feed me. Yup.